Hello.
Hello. I was expecting you to say something after hello. So
No, why would I say anything after hello? That's just poor manners. That's not expecting somebody else to respond. I assumed you would respond, therefore I left you a gap. Normally I go, hello! Like a really, like
a 4-year-old on. I was about to say crack, but I was going to say crack, but I was thinking sherbet. It's very strange that.
They look the same-ish. Oh,
Except one of
depending on
them's
which ones you
not white,
get.
usually.
Yeah, I
Usually
know.
plain
I was
sherbet.
thinking of the other kind of cocaine rather than actual crack cocaine.
All right.
So, yeah.
Oh, now I've got a song stuck
I
in
mean,
here.
you can throw rocks at children that look sort of like crack, but you know. Anyway.
You can throw the rocks that sort of look like a lot of things, depending on how closely the sort of you want it to be. Really.
I'd like to throw a solid fucking duck at them. Is what I'd like to throw at them
Live
sometimes.
duck?
No, just one made out of rock.
A rock duck, which is the size of an actual duck.
Yes.
Okay.
You say that like I'm doing something
Well, no,
blatantly
you
absurd.
can get basically a moulded concrete duck from the garden centre, probably.
Yeah, but that's not rock.
True. It's pretty close, though. I mean,
It is-
I'd say it's I say this is quite a good place to use the term "practically the same" because
Practically the same.
Yeah.
But I did hear the word lit, and then I would have had
it's
to.
because I was going to say this is. I couldn't work out how to phrase it, but I was actually thinking about saying this is where practically the same is literally the correct phrase to use.
That's okay.
That's what I was going to say.
That's-
It's not to do
that's-
with being literally the same because it wasn't.
Yeah, because
It's practically
that's
the same.
because they're
That-
you know
People
one
who
of
get
those
literal
things.
and metaphorical confused annoy me quite a lot
Yes, me too.
because they're opposite meanings.
Yes. You're like literally doing my head in right now.
Well, you've got a hammer and it's just caving your skull in.
Yeah, I was like, do you want me to?
Well, hearing someone say,
Literally?
the opportunity literally fell in my lap. Oh, really? The piece of paper kind of in paper aeroplane form, just coming through the window and land on your crotch.
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
it depends if you got one of those really psychopathic, god fairies, godmothers, god fairies,
God fairies.
fairy godmothers.
Angels.
Angels.
Not be a god fairy.
God- The god fairy. It's like the Godfather, but slightly less horse's head.
It's like the god fairy. It's the Godfather, but with wings and a tutu.
How do you know God doesn't have wings? And well, because he doesn't exist.
It's
But
fictional. That's
fictional. Which means if he's fictional and he belongs to the people,
Yeah,
we can dress God up in whatever we want. Sorry if you're religious, by the way.
not for us offending you, just in general.
Just in general, just sorry.
Yeah, just in general. Well, that's incredibly mean. Funny, mean.
Funny, but really mean. We don't want to insult anyone of any religious creed, but we do have a slightly... I don't know how to describe our sense of humour.
We're atheists.
We're atheists.
There we go.
We're atheists. We don't like to be offensive, but if the opportunity
Well, not about
arises...
religion, really. But other things, that's fine. But religion,
Yeah. Well, to
One
be fair, the thing
it's kind of a way to easily be mean, but it's not actually that funny because there's not much thought into it. It's kind of,
No.
you believe something I don't. That's
Yeah.
the joke.
Yeah,
Just
that...
kind of boring, really.
Yeah, that's yeah. We don't like to do that because there's no payoff really. It's just like, haha, you believe something that in our eyes is silly.
Yeah.
Oh, not Siri. No, not
No,
Siri.
did you really bring up Siri by saying Sid?
Yes. I did. I did bring it up. Yes. But you're allowed to believe what you like because what the fuck am I going to do? Stop you?
Just don't try and force other people to, because that's stopping them from believing what they like, for one thing.
Yes.
So
what he said made actual sense for once.
yeah,
May God have mercy on us all.
no, he can't. He's
existed.
fictional. Ah.
He goes full circle. Anyway, there was a
Yeah, a
game.
really shitty circle. It's kind of more like an oval. It's not quite a circle.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it as a wheel, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Okay.
they were out of sync, it'd be like you were always on a rocky road. Of course, assuming it was 4 wheels on a cart or on a car. If they were all in sync, it'd be like just random. It'd be like your car was hopping.
That'd be a bugger if you're travel sick, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because you'd always be travel sick. In fact, I think everyone would be.
Yes.
That would just really
I
irritable.
think it'd be mandatory. At which point you just want it on a cart, so you could just walk along with the side with the flipping donkey. Mind you, the donkey would have to slow down as well at certain points, wouldn't it? Because
it's moving erratically.
It's
yeah,
moving erratically, and it's just like, oh, it's coming down. Okay, now it's going.
Eventually, after years, say it's an older donkey, they'd just walk at that rhythm, regardless of whether they want the cart or not.
Oh, that reminds me of the cat in the stables doing the pony prances because it was trained with dressage horses.
Oh,
it was so cute.
Oh,
I'm sure if you look up dressage cat, it will come up.
I literally can't actually see anything that can go wrong looking that up.
No.
After losing hours of your life.
But yeah, I see a picture of that. People go, "Oh, it's a neurological disease." No, it's not. It was trained with dressage horses.
That's.
It was a cat being fucking adorable. Nothing can go wrong with this. Okay, and I think this has gone better than our last round of videos, intro wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, because last time we were talking about other things, and this one is only offending religions.
What did the last ones offend? Accurately.
Yeah, there were genitalia references. Remember?
That's not offensive, is it? How's that
some
offensive?
people it is. To some people it is.
Lots of people have genitalia.
Lots of people have. Most people have genitalia.
There are going to be some who don't, but it's very much in the minority.
Yes. Intersex people, for example. Yeah. Or people that have decided they just don't want it anymore.
People have had accidents of one variety or another.
Yeah, that one's probably more likely.
Shit happens, basically.
Shit happens. Genitalia isn't sacrosanct.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can make jokes about noses if you want.
Well, no, we don't. We save that for Breed Out the Goblin.
Except you can't do much of the noses in the sim. It annoyed me. I couldn't make a really long, thin, pointy nose.
You totally did.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I made a big, crooked one.
True.
One like, Pinocchio, but shitter. See, complaining about talking about genitalia is offensive, but swearing, fine. Literally offensive language.
Yeah, but I don't.
It's intended to be offensive anyway. But
to be honest, they're just words.
Yeah, so it's penis.
Yeah, but penis relates to something.
Yes, I just fuck.
Anyway, let's get on with the game. Can't win this one not trying. Let's go.
I've got to try and get this voice the same without destroying my throat again. We're still being interrogated by my officers. You need to be prepared before we can get info you need. We'll get it out of him, trust me.
There's a masturbation joke in there somewhere.
Yes, very well. Patty her sister's captured. It's our very comfort.
We stand and we leave the room as the captain goes back to shuffling papers around his desk. Doesn't actually do anything with them, just shuffles them.
Yep.
It's like a really crap pack of cards. Stepping out into the hall, we are met with this parting of enforcers and waves of silence. The scent of iron that hangs in the air seems to have grown stronger in the short amount of time we were with the captain's office. We walk briskly down the hall and push outside into the afternoon light. Did you smell that? Sorry.
Yeah.
Farts are funny. We've established this before.
Should change the diet. It's not good.
What was it?
Probably the curry, to be honest. I mean, you look at a dodgy place we got it from, to be honest. It was a small van selling curry. Didn't even have a sign.
It didn't even say curry. I'm not sure what it was.
They're just handing out what looked like curry. There was a lot of alcohol involved beforehand. So it might have had a sign, and I just forgot how to read. Blood!
Yay! Oh.
Driving with butt. I'm driving with butt. How do they just stop the conversation and got in the car?
Well, maybe they were just having the conversation over the car and thought, actually, bad place to have it.
Do you smell that in the police station? What? The smell of prisoners being beaten up in this dystopian regime? Yeah.
I smelt that, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I immediately recognised it as. Once we get back into the car, we head west towards the edge of the dome.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Unless he's in a car.
He just runs over the other challengers. I think that would have made Mad. The Thunderdome would have been a bit anticlimactic if Mad Max just turned up in a car and run everyone over, rather than the whole bungee harness chainsaw fight.
Bungee harness chainsaw fight.
Which sounds like something I made up, but isn't.
It sounds like something that should be made up, but isn't. Yes. Anyway. Blue is caught up in thought, so I'm silent as well. Probably for the first time in our careers.
Diving with the butt.
He must be thinking about all the things we've learned so far today. Grange,
Diving with
the Sandman.
I'm a diving with my butt.
He seems oddly happy. I can tell this because I'm an empath.
Driving with my butt.
If Grange...
The horn's in the middle of the steering wheel, so he has to clench.
If Grange was selling his decryption abilities, then why would they have killed him?
Maybe
could it mean they got what they were after? Or could he have been selling something else, like his butthole?
So you told me off for making sexual references and talking about selling his butthole. There's only one thing you could sell your butthole for, really.
Oh no, actually, because they do poop transplants to get...
That's only selling your butthole, though. That's selling your poop.
Which comes out your butthole.
Yeah.
Apparently you can make up something like 300 quid for each poop deposit you give.
Well, yeah, it's because one of the things that's been talked about is poop transplants. Is because a lot of stomach problems and stuff are caused the bacteria. I'm about to say microbacteria, which would be a bit redundant. The bacteria.
Department of Redundancy Department.
The bacteria in your intestines and all that, it's basically an ecosystem, and if there's too much of one bacteria or the other, it screws up the balance, and that can lead to getting stomach problems.
Yeah.
So
and
you
apparently
put in a healthy sample.
Yeah, there's only about 1 in 50 people have the appropriate butt flora. Butt flora, yes. And fauna, I suppose. Fauna?
I think it's mainly fauna.
It's mostly fauna, isn't it? For those people who aren't sure, flora is flowers, fauna is animals.
Flora is also a kind of sandwich spread.
If you're British.
But it still is if you're not British. It's just not in your country. It's just the floor is in Britain. And Ireland. Probably a few other places, but
Anyway, yes, because you have to have specialised gut fauna in order to do this.
You have to have the perfect butt fauna for it to be worth doing. So.
Yeah, and then you get paid 300 quid a deposit.
Yep.
And by deposit, I mean your shit for money. At that point, your shit is actually worth gold.
Yep.
It's just.
Fat pound for pound, it might be worth more. Be interesting to work that out. I mean, the average weight of a poop versus gold.
It depends on if you've got like good poops, as in compact solid poops, and
because if they've got the right kind of poop, then
you might have good
poop.
gut flora and not have like the perfect. You might have wet poops.
That's true. Which
the thing is, I can now hear you typing, so I want to know what you're trying to find out.
Okay, so if you weigh 160 pounds, you do an average of under a pound of poop each day.
Wow.
So there we go. Okay. Gold. For a pound. Could just round it up to a pound.
I'm assuming a pound of gold is worth significantly more than 300 quid.
Yeah.
Like, a lot.
It has to be done fucking grams, doesn't it, you bastard? So I'm going to have to.
Well, a kilo and a pound. Kilo is slightly less than a pound.
Oh, just slightly less.
I don't know. I think it's 0.14-ish, maybe. I'm making numbers up here, you understand. Let's just say gold is worth more than a poop. Even really good poop.
I want value for gold. Gold prices, US dollar. That's 1933. That's not very helpful. It's price per ounce UK.
This is what you pay the money for, guys. This is why you watch. It's not the game. And I realise that lots of people have said it's not the game. It's for asides like this. The poop to gold ratio. Anyway, whilst he's doing that, he'll chip in a second. I stare out the window and watch the streets flash by. Wait, where are we going? Just as I open my mouth to speak, Blue answers my question by pulling the car into a parking lot of a small restaurant.
An ounce of gold is worth $1,000.
Really?
According to this, the metal price charts at bullion by post.
Bullion by post. Well, they sound legit.
The UK's number one online bullion dealer.
Isn't it kind of illegal to have solid gold bullion? I think that all belongs to the Crown, doesn't it?
No.
I'm pretty sure it
does.
does.
The banks have it.
Banks don't have it. Bank of England does.
Yeah, that's a bank. Price per
But
kilo.
it's the Bank of England. It's not freaking Barclays, is it? I'm just popping down to Barclays for a pile of gold. I don't know why I'm doing it in Somerset accent, but, you know, bloody Nora.
These guys are selling 100-gram gold bars for $3,000.
So
1,040 is the price.
in order for perfect poop to be worth the amount of gold, you'd have to pay. Get off. You have to pay about 20. It'd have to pay about 20 grand per ounce. I like the fact that you can't just say yes and we can move on.
No, I'm just looking at. I'm just confirming.
Read the game. I'm done.
It's important.
No,
I
it's
want to
not.
find out if I can make money by pooing.
You can't because you don't have the appropriate fauna.
But that's almost certainly true.
Because I know what you eat. Actually, I don't know what. No, I do know what you eat.
You don't.
Yeah, I do. You tell me often enough.
Yeah, I tell you when I've eaten something interesting or really nice just to annoy you. That's
would
not
that
the same as
annoy
my
me?
average diet.
Why would that annoy me? I've
the
eaten
time-
something really
because-
nice. Oh yeah, bastard.
I usually wait until after you've said that all you've had to eat was this one particular bland piece of crud. And then I say, oh, I had this for dinner. And then you go, fuck you.
When? When has this
I eat
conversation
a lot,
happened?
usually on Saturdays.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot on. Well, I don't eat a lot of good stuff on Saturdays. I'll be
So
honest.
you go on and burn your drink.
There we go. God, there
Right, I've given. I'll just take you.
Right, we're nearly at the end, Corpse. Come on. Actually, we have been going for about 15 minutes now. It's a little early for a drink, isn't it?
I don't know, the sky's always grey. We've already been to murder scene, interrogate a witness, and dealt with wells. And if you find the well, you get wet. So it's going from drunk to slightly tipsy Michael Caine, to be honest. I'd say that merits a drink.
I prefer him as Michael Caine, I'll be honest. Well,
What if it makes you feel better? I'll buy you some lunch too. Makes it seem more legit. Not very good, Michael Caine, obviously.
no, obviously not, but it's better. It's better than the unable to fucking enunciate kind of clearly thing.
He's soaked up because he hasn't had a drink.
Yeah, it's not exactly what I meant.
Come on, Vi.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Not sure how to take this. Fletcher's. I read that as Felchers. Not gonna lie.
The funny thing is, because you know, I mentioned before we had to record this again. You
Yeah.
said that last time.
Did I? It just goes to show how my mind works.
Yeah.
We walk into the small restaurant and it immediately turns to night around us. I have to say, it has been 2
Restaurant.
weeks between us recording this the last time, so I'm less pissed off about this one.
This is not a restaurant.
No, this is a bar, if ever I saw one. A cabaret bar, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I cannot remember what we said about this bar before.
It looks like a bar rather than a restaurant,
That's
probably.
probably... I wish we had that video, just so I could say, did we say the same thing? We probably do. Just as a...
Yeah.
Yeah. Walk into the small restaurant and immediately turns to night around us. What, the sun falls out of the
Slightly
sky?
It's slightly darker in here.
No,
Lights.
not slightly darker.
The amount of lights in this place.
Yeah. It's just like... it's like one every 3 feet.
Yeah, and then there's the chandelier.
Yeah.
There's a separate light. There's 2 lights over the bar.
Yes, and there's 3 lights into the blackness.
Either that or fish bowls. We're assuming they're lights.
But they're glowing fish bowls,
Glowing
regardless.
fish. It is space 1940s. It could be anything.
Space 1940. Well, they're not on space. On space?
Well,
Yeah.
no one's on space.
I don't know about you, but I'm on space. It's a brand new drug.
We just look out. You just go somewhere that's quite open and just do nothing.
Go, wow.
It's basically isolation therapy, but shit.
I could get behind isolation therapy, then I wouldn't have to talk to you.
Go to one of those tubes, the isolation float tank thingies.
Yes, those pod things where you're supposed to hallucinate.
Yeah, you know why you hallucinate? It's because your brain's bored.
Yeah!
Basically.
It's just like, oh.
So it's just going, I'll just make some shit up then instead. Basically. So, well, not really. But,
yeah, okay.
Similar areas of your brain just go, oh, fuck this.
My brain does that quite a lot lately.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Mind you, I've ranted to you about this all earlier, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why we started recording about half an hour late.
Yeah, well, we have been on phone for an hour now.
Yeah.
So this is how our conversation went. We talked about my neighbour mowing his lawn repeatedly.
Not
we
a
talked
very
about
large lawn.
No, not a very large lawn. It's been going for about an hour and a half. We talked about a job for me, a job for Corpse, and then we ranted about relatives. Or at least I ranted about relatives, and Corpse said, "Yeah, mine are all right actually."
Yeah, mine are quite nice.
And then I said, "Shit, we need to talk." So we spent about 45 minutes to nearly an hour just talking about random shit before we started recording.
Did find out apparently Lego are looking for merchandisers. For any of you out there who want to work for them, want to sell Lego to people.
Cold calling Lego is what we found out. Also, we found out that the shop Game, their customer service representatives are called Game Heroes. I went, you twats.
See, I didn't want to work there anyway, and that put me off even more.
Yeah. Can you imagine just like...
It's your job description here.
I'm a hero.
I'm a hero. I would wear a cape. I should point out if I had to work there.
Yeah,
they told me to take it off. I said, but I'm a hero.
No capes! Sorry. I do have a soft spot for, was it Edna Mode?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, have you not seen The Incredibles?
Yeah, I just don't remember the name of someone who's in it for 12 minutes. It's 12 seconds.
But it is
even
the best,
12 minutes.
It is the best 12 minutes.
Yeah.
It is the best 12 minutes.
She has the most character out of anyone. So.
Yeah, that's not difficult, though.
Yeah.
One of them is literally Plastic Girl.
Yeah.
So.
Elastigirl?
No, Plastic Girl.
I thought it was Elastigirl.
It is Elastigirl.
Yeah.
But she is made out of plastic and has the personality of plastic, really. I do like The Incredibles. I'm not going to say I don't.
But as individual characters, they're not very deep.
They're not very interesting either.
Yeah. But that they kind of work as a group and as a subversion of the usual superhero tropes.
What he said.
Yeah.
I agree with everything he said.
It's like Shrek, but of superheroes.
Yes. Although Shrek has got kind of personality in it.
Yeah.
Individuals there have character. Annoying fucking characters, but characters. Although I do quite like Shrek. So.
That's
Sorry.
a nice boulder.
That's nice boulder. Yeah. I do like the Ugly Sisters in, or Sister.
Yeah, the fact that it's voiced by Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
She.
She.
Yeah. She's not a robot.
No, it's...
That's really weird.
I could just imagine a robot voiced by Jonathan Ross.
Yeah. Well, he likes robots and stuff, so he'd do it. So.
He would do it, wouldn't he? Anyway, the small spaces, closed wood panelled walls. Couldn't read that for a second. And tightly drawn burgundy curtains. So basically, like, really upscale brothel.
Yep.
Yep, that keeps it...
I'm thinking burlesque show's going to come on.
Well, that sort of tells me burlesque show. That keep even the most brazen ray of light from penetrating its depths. Somebody wanted to desperately be a writer.
And that just makes you think of the sun having a penis, to be honest.
The sun has penetrated the folds of the curtains. No.
I'm pregnant with a light baby. That's where light bulbs come from.
Well, shit, what I'm doing to those babies is wrong then.
That's all right. The son's a sociopath. It's fine. Sit anyway. I'll be right back.
So, okay.
I'd sit on the floor. If someone said that.
If somebody says sit anywhere, it's just like, okay, where's the most annoying place to sit? Outside.
I do know a friend of mine who's they were sightseeing in the Aberdeen Cathedral, him and his wife, and she had to go off and do something. I think she might be nipping to lose or something, but she said, just wait here for me. So he did. He sat down in the middle of the cathedral, arms crossed, just staring at the window. When she came back, someone had cut from the cathedral. I don't know if it was a member of the clergy or anything, or just some historian bloke or something, had come over and was going, well, why are you sitting in the middle of the floor? He goes, I'm just studying the windows. I work for the School of Historical Architecture in the University of wherever. And I'm just looking at the windows as they would have been looked at the time by peasants sitting on the floors. And he goes, all right then, and walks off. Bullshitting.
There's a bullshitter, and then there's fucking storytelling, epic bullshitness. Wow. Anyway, Blue wanders off towards the bar. I choose a booth in the corner. Booth. Where?
Yeah, we've never done that before. There are no booths.
There were just tables.
Yeah.
No booths. Far from the
Even the seats are just basically smaller tables.
Yeah, that's what stalls are, darling.
See that table right in the middle, right at the front? The stool on the left, look at its base.
Ew. This one. Ew. Don't want to be sitting on that table. That's slightly... Maybe it is a table. Maybe all the stalls are actually, in fact, tables. And this is a standing room only pub. Because I've been to bars like that.
Heights.
That wouldn't surprise me. It's Nouveau. Art Nouveau. Or whatever bullshit they try and cram down your throat.
Different heights.
What?
What's Art Nouveau got to do with different heights of people?
No, different heights of the bar stools, of the tables.
Oh, right.
It's an architectural feature thing. Kind of. This is how we're doing our pub. So it's a concept bar. Like, telly.
So I put my pint, right? Or whatever drink. Because I'm guessing anywhere that says concept bar doesn't sell ale.
No. I'll put my thing that is technically liquid.
I'll put my weird coloured drink. Because it'd be weird coloured. Not any colour in particular, just weird.
Puce.
Yeah.
My puce drink.
Why is this drink beige when it's made out of... It's a spirit that has no beige.
Why is this beige made out of purple? I think that was one of our games, wasn't it? I was talking about puce, and Corpse goes, if beige was purple. So any of you guessed that on my Twitter, it was Corpse saying that. You were right.
I forgot about that.
So did I.
If beige was purple.
But it describes it so accurately.
Just look at it and feel slightly disappointed. That's...
Yes. Apparently, puce. People keep on telling puce is something for flea, and I'm like, yes, because if you squish a flea, that's the colour that comes out of it. I think that is actually genuinely how it got its name.
That's not what I remember from squishing fleas, but okay.
Woo!
What?
Moth.
All right.
In face.
I thought it'd be a flea going off the cat.
Oh no! They got
You mentioned
defleed.
me.
They got defleed 2 days ago. Because fuck fleas.
Yeah.
I do them regularly when they're supposed to, but the day before I defleed them, GLaDOS had a flea hanging from her chin from when she'd be outside. I'm like, go that way. I'm glad they don't breed on my floor because I have like laminate. So
we put a spray thing down that lasts for about 2 years.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
It's quite expensive to get, but it's a massive tube and it lasts ages. So
yeah, I've got cats defleed for free from the vet. I say for free. I have like a membership thing.
Oh, cool. It's on a prepay almost.
Yeah, basically, it's like 20 quid a month for the pair of them, and I get free flea worming and their shots every year.
So does the cat.
So do the cats, yes. Yep. Blue wanders off towards the bar. I choose a booth. No booth. Far from the windows. No windows. With a view of the rest of the room. I like having my back to the wall. There is a wall, technically.
Yeah.
I can keep an eye on anyone moving around in my space. Not in your space.
Yeah, and also you could have your back to the wall because otherwise you're faced right up against the wall, which is a bit weird because either it means you're incredibly antisocial or you're in the midst of being roughly taken from behind. So
I know which one of those I am. And I'm not sharing.
This moment.
This moment, yeah. I'm generally incredibly antisocial at the best of times. Today is not the best of times. Table is rickety and the small lamp adorning it shakes. There are no lamps on the tables either.
Next, it just makes me think this was drawn by someone had the idea that it was told there's going to be in a bar.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah,
Maybe there was original artwork they were doing which got scrapped for whatever reason and they had to shove this in last minute.
Yeah,
because they had some. Because there's some bits that just look
like
less
somebody
finished
got
than other
not.
bits.
Yeah, some of it is basically
Like,
you didn't get the
middle.
screep.
That chandelier in the middle. The
Yeah,
little lines going through it.
Yes, that's not right.
This is a glass chandelier, I guess.
Mm.
Should be a bit weird for an electrical one, but there we go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not judging, but I could probably pull this off better.
It's odd because the other backgrounds just seem better drawn.
They do.
Anyway, let's
actually have some story in our story.
Let's get on with it.
I accidentally bumped the edge of the table. I press my palms against the cool tabletop to settle it. I tap my fingers lightly on the table. My leg twitches up and down momentarily before I settle it with my hand. I look up and see Blue making his way over to the table with 2 drinks in hand. Why am I nervous? Maybe because your partner brought you to a bar.
Massively out of your comfort zone.
Yes. Although I don't know how she knows what's in her comfort zone.
No. Being asleep seems to be it, really.
Yeah.
Here you go. I smell from the barrel.
Thanks.
I fought in a jar.
I shouldn't have found that funny. Blue nods and sits down, setting the lamp shaking again.
Well, I don't suppose you figured all of this out.
Should I have?
No, just wishful thinking. I sometimes think we'll never get to the bottom of all this.
He gestures around him, then lays his hand next to a drink on the table. His eyelids look heavier than they did outside. He looks exhausted. To be fair, he always looks slightly hungover and exhausted, so... For some reason, I feel sympathy sweep through me.
She's not a sociopath, that's why.
I wouldn't count on that. She's a dystopian, psychic law enforcer. She's got to be fairly psychopathic. These sudden emotional outbursts are getting more and more frequent. Before I know what I'm doing, I reach my hand across the table to lay it on top of his. Wah, wah. Blue looks taken aback, but I can feel a sudden shot of happiness go through him. I'm stunned by my own unabashed gesture and quickly remove my hand.
I love that as an unabashed gesture. It's just pat, pat.
Pat, pat. Well, no, she takes his hand, I feel like. It's just sort of like a kind of...
Oh, you look depressed. There.
I think in her mind and in his mind it's more than that. It's more, I fancy you!
But taking someone's hand doesn't have to mean that.
No,
it's generally a sign of closeness, because you're literally quite close. There we go.
Yeah, how long...
You're not much more close, really.
Yeah.
Than holding someone.
How long has she been...
That's true. It's been implied that she's a newbie, but...
Yeah.
How long?
New is she since she's had her memory wiped?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Very good point.
Sorry.
No, it was nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Table tilts.
My face feels warm and I know a deep blush is creeping up my cheeks. This needs to stop. I clear my throat. So you don't think Sandman works for Zala anymore?
All business. During work hours.
How very dare she?
No, I don't. Or at least, that's my guess. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There's an awkward pause, because that was an awkward phrase. I look down at the drink in my hands and keep my eyes still as I feel Blue's eyes working their way across my face.
On the end of tentacles and just robbing against her.
I wish he would stop looking at me or keep looking. I'm not sure. I let out a frustrated sigh because I'm not sure what I want.
Violet, may I ask you a question?
The formality of his question surprises me. Well, you've just asked one, so...
No, so you have to take that one back.
Yeah, I guess
That's
so.
that angry picture they use for everything there.
Yeah, it's because she's a bitch. And she's an aggressive bitch at that.
Obviously, you don't remember your wife before you became an agent.
My wife?
Sorry, your life. You wouldn't remember a wife if she had one.
God, I would hope she...
Just like everybody else. But do you have any, I don't know, feeling about why you joined the Bureau? They're coming Australian now. This is weird. I'm going to go back to drunk in a minute. It's just easier.
Why I joined? Seizure!
Oh, look. He's had one sip of drink and he's instantly drunk. Massive lightweight, but it lasts for hours.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
So, I guess you drew a blank then.
I think so. Sorry, crossface. I think so!
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, no, I don't remember anything.
That's weird, considering they've mind wiped us.
Not even my first few weeks as an agent. Sometimes I feel like I just sprang from the ground, fully formed as Violet with no other life.
Pod people! They're all pod people.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Literally, they grow them.
It reminds me of that film that,
The pod people.
No, not.
Attack of the Body Snatchers. Invasion.
No, it's the one where they grow copies and then use them as organ transplants. The one was what's it? Ewan McGregor was in.
Ewan McGregor's been in a lot of stuff.
I know.
But this one is, to
be fair, this one is very specific.
So,
Let's be honest.
I'm going with the theory. It was just something Ewan McGregor's cat hallucinated during train spotting. That's what I'm sticking with.
He's hallucinated a lot of things. Anyway.
Going into a toilet, for example.
Yes.
Being a Jedi. Everything since then has been hallucination. Even brassed off. That was kind of a lull in the weirdness.
This is you.
It's a bit unusual. How do I?
Yeah, what he said. You what?
Me? I also have this feeling. I want to be an agent because it seems heroic. Powers. Secret identity even from yourself. Secret. It's like being a superhero, but with shit powers. And vulnerable to everything everyone else is. But it's not like that, is it? I feel like I go in circles to never get anywhere. From the rebels to enforcers to Bureau, Selenon back to the rebels. It's like I'm part of some kind of crime prevention unit. It's never ending. Doesn't seem to be doing any good. Well, you're not dead.
Yeah, and you are part of a dystopian
over.
organisation, so...
The rebels haven't taken over, so I think you are doing some good. Well, you're doing your job, if you were.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to get any better with the way we establish the status quo.
Yeah. Well, that was unexpected. Do you really think things are that bad?
I think there's a lot of bad bureaucracy in the Bureau.
Yeah.
I think people like Red have too much power because they're sociopathic murderers. There are not enough checks on that power.
Because they're sociopathic murderers.
Yeah, probably psychopathic, to be fair. She knows it's wrong, but she likes it. But mostly, I think we don't understand the most important question of our world, our entire race's existence. What did we do to the Selenon that caused them to destroy so much of humanity?
What did we do? You think we did something?
Why else would they have killed so many of us? In a way. We want to plunder your natural resources. Get out of the way.
I figure they were just monsters. Do monsters need a reason?
You never seen a Selenon before, have you?
No, have you?
Well, I have. Well, I think it was a Selenon. There was a lot of whiskey involved.
And when you say whiskey, I took 2 sips.
Yeah. I don't think it's us. And hundreds of years we've lived like prisoners. Because we are prisoners. Ask yourself, why do we lock people away? Fun.
It depends on who you're asking.
Yes.
You're the ones that murder and torture people, so...
Yeah. It's
You
when you
tell
do
me?
something seems unforgivable by society at large. When do we, as a species, kill? Then shits and giggles, accident. When we've been wronged. So it follows Selenon doing something similar. You haven't read many history books, have you, mate?
No, really. Power, money, resources,
Fun.
fun is a good
Religion.
one.
Religion's another one.
Religion's a big one. In fact,
Yeah.
religion's probably the number one.
Yeah.
Sex, often.
Drugs. Rock and roll.
You know, those sorts of
Yeah.
things. My head is spinning. I never considered the causes of the Selenon War, only the repercussions.
You're a shit investigator.
Who cares? It's your job!
Oh.
That was going to be our catchphrase, this one, wasn't it? It's your job. Well, who cares? I don't understand why I should care.
That's because you're a book. Everyone should care. This is it, Vi. This is the question. Oh, God, yeah, he is one of those drunks, isn't he?
He is.
He's at the bar. He's just cornered some random person.
It's a philosophy.
Rated
It's philosophy major.
Green, yellow, blue, violet. Powers activate. All of us.
By our powers combined.
Someone Captain Meh.
Yeah.
Burst in section for answers.
We are? Answers to questions we're supposed to answer, not the ones we decide to answer. I think you need to be visited by... Oh, fuck, what were they called? The Happiness Patrol. No, that's Doctor Who. Oh, I can't remember.
What are you talking about?
The people in 1984 that are basically the enforcers.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. You can't remember it either.
Rat
Fuck
cage.
you.
Room 101, other references.
Yeah. You knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, I just haven't read that book in God knows how long.
No, I haven't. Good book,
Never managed
though.
to see the film either. It's just never on. It's just, and the
To be honest, it doesn't interest me as a film because
because of the age of television films that
Yeah.
produced it being one of the first ones that actually wasn't a sunshine
lollipops
because
and
lots of people wrote in to complain it wasn't happy enough to watch after dinner. But the thing is, I've seen little clips and the acting looks fecking wooden.
that doesn't surprise me either. It's really difficult to portray people that aren't allowed to have emotions.
That is true.
So
that'll be one of the main problems of Final Fantasy 13, really.
really,
Yeah, main character has no personality, and in the last one, they're in a place where she's allegedly had her emotions removed, and no one can tell the difference. Well, sorry, the characters can tell the difference, but I've heard the voice acting and seen the gameplay and everything. Same character in every way. Unless he said, my emotions have been removed. He's going, really? Really? You could have fooled me. When did that happen? Was that before the first game?
I see what you mean. I mean, I've not played it.
Frank of Wood with pink hair.
Oh, is this lightning chick?
Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah.
Commander Purpose. I was going to say purposeless, but that's not true. Commander Personality. Captain Personality. There we go.
Yeah, I'm worried about my cat. She's going to make things fall over in a second because she's chasing a daddy longlegs.
So that must be interesting to watch because Daddy Longlegs can fly, but not very well.
Yes, he's like a drunk person flying.
It's like a drunk guy in a helicopter.
Yeah, it's like, nearly.
Yeah. Hey!
Yay!
You can imagine that, and just imagine this kind of creation of all life and everything. And God's just trying out the idea of flying things, and he makes Daddy Longlegs first. And it's not quite right yet. It's the first version. It's not quite working.
Yes. Okay, right.
This is our official response as an agent. As a human, probably. And few remaining of our species, which apparently is very small in number, but we haven't been told anything that really happens.
And each place where there is a background, there seems to be fucking hundreds of them.
So try and preserve and protect the remnants of humanity. Yeah, if there's so few humans, why do we have massive cities with skyscrapers?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, Yes. I thought that's what we were doing.
Ha! By maintaining the status quo? By just barely keeping the rebels in line?
Yes.
At the Selenon are funding both sides to keep humans in a just perpetual cycle of meh.
Wow, sounds like my life. But why? Why that question? What will finding the answer do?
Let's sum it up as, I think anyone who's beyond redemption, apart from those people we kill. I don't think one side has to die to come to a solution.
I stare at Blue wide-eyed. He wants to become friends with the Selenon, or allies, or make up with them for some unknown misdeed that may not even exist.
If it turns out that, sending television signals by satellite gives the Selenon really bad headaches, that's why they blow everything up that was above a certain tech level.
I could possibly get behind that, to be honest. I don't know what to think, but I've never seen or felt more engaged and alive than he is in this moment.
It's just a drunk kind of... I've met a lot of people like this.
So have I.
I say met. I haven't known a lot of people like this. I've met them,
yes.
You meet them once and then never see them again.
And then you think, oh, I'm fucking avoiding you.
Yeah.
You don't let me leave.
It's usually either in a bar or at a bus stop. Yes.
Oh, fucking bus stops. I'm glad I have a car now. Fucking hate...
Weird enough, you don't get it on the tram or the train. Just buses.
I get it wherever I go. I have that sort of face. People think they can tell me everything. And it's just, I genuinely have this kind of, don't fucking touch me aura. But for some reason, people like that are attracted to that. They like that. And because I'm really polite, I don't tell them to fuck off. So I just have to sit there hearing about the fucking aliens controlling his brain. This is my stop! No, it's not. I'm just getting off.
It's my stop now. It's the stop off just after we got on. Yeah.
I don't like walking that much. It's fine. There's another pause. I look him straight in the eye this time, and he looks straight back. This man is not who I thought he was. From his time as Red's partner, I would have guessed he's been cruel and uncaring. Aside from the fact I didn't know him as Red's partner, I just knew him as the person that he was with.
He's not cruel and uncaring for being Red's partner. He's bruised and battered from being Red's partner.
Yeah, that doesn't take much, does it?
Yeah.
I would have thought he would be lifeless.
Angry sex. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Angry. But this man is passionate. You're not who I thought you would be.
What? Yeah, is that a good thing or bad thing?
That's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, I thought you were a drunken idiot, but it turns out...
Turns out you're less drunken idiot and more just idiot.
It turns out you can actually string a thought together occasionally. It's
just the one.
Good.
Suddenly his hands reaches across the table and grabs mine. He pulls it halfway across the table so that our hands are joined in the middle of the dimly lit surface.
There's a smash as the lamp gets knocked off and hits the floor.
I feel shy, but I also need to ask him. Blue?
Mm.
Can I ask, what were you and Red? I don't know. A thing.
A thing.
Not funny. Yeah, a thing. Despite not being an empath, Blue seems to get the message. He straightens up in his chair and looks at me, his eyes serious. I can feel the suppressed amusement, but there's also a layer of genuine concern and seriousness.
No, we weren't. She just held me down. Well, you know.
She seemed spurned.
Oh, she's like that of everyone. Just before she breaks into their house. Before you came on the scene, Red was different. Not on the outside, but we always watched each other's backs. It's an interesting position, I have to say. We got it from the Kama Sutra. Well, not the original Kama Sutra. Someone penciled it in. It's one we got from the library. A few years back, she changed. She started becoming distant. I only cared about training her powers. The power of naffing off. I just asked her what was wrong. I wanted to help her. Naff off. But she said I'd become too weak for her. It's the beatings, to be honest. I say beatings. Beatings were part of other stuff. Which, she was into it and I wanted to... I'm fine trying out stuff, but I wasn't into it. But she was in it a lot and it kind of felt impolite to ask her to stop at that point. So,
Yeah, that's unforgivable. I skipped the whole thing because you were talking.
Well, How far you don't get it? The red I know I'd never say something like that. I know she just wanted to protect me. She's very territorial. From what? I can't fathom. Probably everything. But to make her act this way, it must be something huge.
Ah, must have been a hard pill to swallow.
You're not making it easy to avoid an innuendo here, you know. Yeah, that being said, you think if I'd asked, she would have said yes.
An evil grin is spreading across his face. I start to pull my hand away from his, but he holds on tighter. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm quite charming, Kesh, and nice.
I liked you better without the alcohol. I really hadn't.
Ouch!
Well, you asked. Small grin has crept onto my face. I can't help it.
Is that... No, I can't be. It's a smile.
Stuff it, Blue.
Alright then, zip.
By now, a full-fledged smile has made its way onto my face. It feels weird but good.
Smiling feels weird. My cheeks hurt. My muscles have atrophied. Doesn't that make me smile?
He's interrupted by the chirp of his transponder.
Huh?
He sighs and lets go of my hand and pulls the transponder out of his pocket.
That's what he calls his phone. Blue.
This is Miss Pierce speaking. You and Agent Violet are needed back in headquarters immediately. Smile slips off my face as I'm dragged back into reality. What am I doing? I'm a bureau agent. We're both agents. We have things we should be doing and not each other.
Run away. Right in the time. Burn 10.
Don't be any longer. The chief is asking for you.
I didn't specify time units, so you can pretend anything. Copy that, blue hat.
Blue
Should have probably turned the thing off before saying that.
Yeah. Quickly puts the transporter back in his pocket and pushes himself out of the small booth. I get up and follow him to the door, leaving our half-empty drinks sitting on the table.
Notice at no point in that dialogue did it say they drank any of the drinks.
No, they just came half-empty.
Yep.
He stops inside, just outside the wooden door.
It's a normal-sized drink, but in a really big glass.
And I nearly knock into him. What, did he forget how a door works? Just as I'm about to reach past him to open the door myself, Boo reaches out and stops me. He put his hand on the... Oh, God. His other hand under my chin. I look up at him in the dark warmth of the restaurant.
This is not for Vi. It's not for Vi long shot.
Yes, it is! Bye!
What, the fact that... Oh, he seems to have some kind of mutual attraction thing going on.
Bye-bye.
Not do anything.
Bye!
Yeah.
Pitch
What?
about this
Oh,
next
we're going,
episode.
are we?
We're going. Bye!
Oh, okay. Bye!